Hello guys, welcome back to Christianity Reloaded. Today we are looking at, we are summarizing Pope Francis' papacy in a nutshell, and you're gonna hear from African Christian, which I am. You're gonna hear my take, and I'm gonna summarize his papacy in 4 bullet points. And before I dive into that, let me say that when we heard that he died, a lot of people, his opponents, I may use the term, started to criticize him more. And I was wondering if you're gonna criticize him now that he's dead. Why didn't you start it when he was alive? But let's circle back to the, his papacy, the 4 points I'm gonna take on. And please, you can stay tuned to the end so that you will get the 4 points. I'm gonna be fair, I'm not gonna be like, I'm gonna say, the good stuff that I support that he did, and the bad stuff that I believe, I think is, I don't agree with it. And let me start with his 4 main focus, in his papacy. I think if you listen to him or you read his encyclicals, his writings, he talk more about climate change. You can call him a climate advocate. And before I talk about this climate change or stuff like that, I'm not I'm not against talking about it. I believe that the climate might have problem, but Pope Francis was a kind of a big advocate. He used his position to talk about climate change, and for me, I don't think this is right for a Christian leader to use his office, his position, to talk about climate change. I think other people, other leaders in the world that are not religious, they can talk about this. And many people are talking about it, but, he just find it, because I'm in this position, I can use this, I can talk about it. Maybe his personal conviction or his personal belief in this climate change, and he used this position to promulgate it. Of which, without this position, he won't be talking about it because he's going to be in Argentina somewhere. But unfortunately, he devoted some time to talk about this climate change, which I don't think he should devote much time on it. But this is my own personal belief. Another thing, another highlight of his pontificate is this new stuff we see in the Catholic Church about the synodality. This synodality, it means like, it's difficult to describe it, but I'm gonna give it a try. I think it's like synodality means like you carry everybody along. You hear every voices. You know what I mean? You hear everybody. Because when he introduced this idea of synodality, he's talking about they did it, across the parishes in the world. You listen to people. You want to get the opinion of people. You know what I mean? But by the end of the day, it seems like getting the opinion of people might not be the stuff they did in this modality, because by the end of the day, how do you know what people really want? You know what I mean? Because if the church depends on what people want, and the church will not go anywhere, because people want different stuff. They want to see the church in different direction. And when you look at when Jesus picked 12 apostles, he picked 12 apostles, and these people are inclusive in decision making. They didn't just want to make a decision about the church, and they want to talk to everyone to hear their opinion. What they do is that people bring in some differences, or there is conflict somewhere in one church or the other, and these people come together and resolve it. The apostles, they came together and tried to resolve these issues. But the problem with this synodality is that, even the bishop and lay people, they're trying to resolve these issues. You know what I mean? And this innovation, I don't think is going to work. It's not going to work because by the end of the day, you're dealing with people like lay people. And lay people can be influenced with anybody. If you're just going to get opinion of everybody, you're not going to go anywhere. And and for me, I don't support this idea of synodality. You know what I mean? If you really understand it, because we know, like, it become like a politics. The church is not a political party. You know what I mean? Like, you have to listen to everyone in the grassroots. You know what I mean? But the church is different, especially when it comes to the hierarchy. They have different job, not job as a politician. You get what I'm saying? And number two is he is advocate of rainbow community, the alternative life type people. He advocate for them, and one idea. He always furnish excuses for saying, like, these people are at the peripheries, like the people discriminate against them. That's why he want to, stand in solidarity with them. But he took it so far. I mean, when I say so far, is that how can he say that the priest, he instructed priests to bless gay couples? I don't have problem in blessing gay people individually if they need blessing.